Hello everyone. In the last class, we have discussed about land resources. Then we have discussed land utilization, land use patterns in India. Then we have discussed about some conservation measures, right? So before that, I will ask one question: that what do you mean by net zone area? If you know the answer, then you can comment below. Okay. So let us start. Soil as a resource. Soil is the most important natural resource. It is the medium of plant growth and supports different types of living organisms on the earth. Now, you know very well that whatever we are living in the earth, land is obviously absolutely it is required. But soil is the backbone for the plant growth. Okay, so it is a medium of plant growth and supports different types of living organisms in the earth. Means plants can grow to the soil only. So soil is what we can say living system, or we can say biotic components also. Biotic. Okay. It takes millions of years to form soil up to a few centimeters in depth. Relief, parent rock or bedrock, climate, vegetation and other forms of life and time are important factors for the formation of soil. Soil, if it is being formed, then these are the factors responsible for the formation of soil, such as relief, parent rock, climate, vegetation, other forms of life and time are important factors for the formation of soil. Various forces of nature, such as change in temperature, actions of running water, wind and glaciers, activities of decomposers, etc., contribute to the formation of the soil. So, this also plays a very important role in the formation of soil, such as temperature, if it is being changed, okay, actions of running water, wind and glaciers, decomposers, etc. Chemical and organic changes which takes place in the soil are equally important. Soil also consists of organic and inorganic materials. It consists of humus and inorganic materials. On the basis of the factors responsible for the soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties, the soils in India are classified into different types. Now we are going to understand about some types of soils which is highly essential. Okay, because in every sample paper, any every board question paper, classification of soil, one MCQ you are going to expect anyhow. So it's highly essential. You have to understand the characteristics. So from that you are going to MCQ, you are going to expect one MCQ from that anyhow. So it is highly essential. Star mark. Okay, important. Now, classification of soil. Now, India has very relief features, landforms, climatic reliance, and vegetation types. These have contributed in the development of various types of soil. Okay, so okay. Now, first we are going to discuss about alluvial soil. Okay, what do you mean by alluvial soil? You will get some characteristics are given here. Let us note it down. Okay, this is the most widely spread and important soil. In fact, the entire northern plains are made up of alluvial soil. Northern plains, they are made up of which soil? That is a very alluvial soil. Very important. Alluvial soil is mostly used for so many purposes. These have been deposited by three important Himalayan river systems: Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Three river systems are there. Already you have studied about in class ninth. That is geography. That is drainage system, I think. Right. Like you are going to understand about Himalayan rivers and perennial rivers. Right. So like that, there are some three important Himalayan rivers in which the alluvial soil is being composed from. What are they? Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Okay. These soils also extend in Rajasthan and Gujarat through a narrow corridor. It also extends through the Rajasthan and Gujarat also. Alluvial soil is found in the eastern coastal plains, particularly in the deltas of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. So, usually, alluvial soil is also found in some eastern coastal plains like Mahanadi, then Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. Okay, next. The alluvial soil consists of various proportions of sand, silt, and clay. As we move inland towards the river valleys, soil particles appear somewhat bigger in size. In the upper reaches of the river valley, that is near the break of the slope, the soils are coarse. Such soils are more common in Piedmont plains such as Dwars, Hos, and Terai. So these are certain places the alluvial soils consist of sand, silt, and clay. MCQ question may ask, like alluvial soil consists of what are the things composed of? There is sand, silt, and clay. Okay, so this is not that much required. Just read and go. Okay. Apart from the size of the grains and components, soils are also described on the basis of the age. On the basis of age, also, the soil are classified into two kinds. One is Bangar and one is Khadar. You have already you have known from the chapter number 2 of class 9, that is physical features of India. Usually, if you are going to read social science, first of all you have to connect all the ideas that you have studied in previous classes. Then only you will interact with that particular concept and you will understand even more better. That's my motto, that basically that to make you connect the things which you have already studied in past. Okay, and you have to connect with the present things, then only we are able to understand the concepts even more better. Okay, this is my main motto. Let's continue the same thing. Bangar and Khadar. So Bangar is said to be the old alluvial soil. So we just said to be the old alluvial soil Bangar, and new alluvial soil, that is Khadar. The Bangar soil has a higher concentration of canker nodules in the Khadar. It has more fine particles and is more fertile than Bangar. So difference between Khadar and Bangar you get for 2 marks, so it's very important. Okay, Bangar is the old alluvial soil and Khadar is the new alluvial soil. Bangar has more concentration of canker nodules than Khadar. It has more fertile fine particles, and it is more fertile than Khadar. Like that, you have to understand and differentiate between Bangar and Khadar in the tabular format. Okay. Next, alluvial soils are whole as very fertile. Mostly, these soils contain adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid, and lime, which are ideal for growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat, and other cereal crops and pulse crops. Due to its high fertility, regions of alluvial soils are intensively cultivated and densely populated. Soils in the drier areas are more alkaline and can be protected after proper treatment and irrigation. Now alluvial soils they consist of some chemicals, okay, like we have known in class 8 science NPK, right? Like we can say NPK, nitrogen, potash, and potassium, right? I think like that. Like that, potash, phosphoric acid, which acid? Phosphoric acid and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat, and other cereal crops and pulse crops. Due to its high fertility, alluvial soil are intensely cultivated. Okay, alluvial soil is the most important valuable natural resources, which is required for use for the agricultural purposes, especially. Okay, now soils in the drier areas are more alkaline and can be protected after proper treatment and irrigation. Okay. Now let us understand about black soil. Okay. Highly essential. Usually MCQ questions will come from this topic only, but little you have to revise all the types of soils. Okay. So black soil, these soils are black in color and are also known as rigor soils. Okay. Black soil, obviously its color nature is what? Black, so it is known as what? Rigor soils. Okay, black soil is ideal for growing cotton and is also known as black cotton soil. Okay, it is ideal, means mainly it is being grown for the cotton crops. That is why we can say black cotton soil. Okay, it is believed that climatic condition along with the parent rock material, okay, sorry, huh, along with the parent rock material are the important factors for the formation of black soil. For the formation of black soil, some important things are required, like climatic condition of the parent rock material. Parent rock material should be available and climatic condition should be good. Okay, then only the black soil can be formed. Okay, this type of soil is typical of the Deccan Trap region spread over northwest Deccan Plateau and is made up of lava flows. Majorly, it is used for the lava flows, black soil, so it is majorly found in lava flows. Remember this point. They cover the plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh, and extend in southeast direction over the Godavari and Krishna valleys. So it is being found in so many places. Okay, next. The black soils are made up of extremely fine, that is clay material. They are well known for the capacity to hold moisture. Means they have the capacity or the tendency to inhold the moisture. So they are made up of fine clayly material. Okay. In addition, they are rich in soil nutrients such as calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash, and lime. So now I would like to ask one question. Like alluvial soils, they're made up of what are the things? Comment in the section. And next, black soil are majorly found such as what you can say calcium carbonate is being used, calcium, magnesium, potassium, lime. This is the consistent. It consists about the black soil. Clear. This is the map work. Okay. Now, these soils are generally poor in phosphoric contents. Usually, alluvial soils are made up of phosphoric acid, right? But here, black soil it is not available in sufficient quantity, in which it is generally poor in phosphoric contents. They develop deep cracks during hot weather, which helps in the proper aeration of the soil. The soil is being aerated, so that's why it will develop a deep cracks. Okay, the soils are sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower or during the pre-monsoon period. They're sticky and wet. Okay, because in the pre-monsoon period it is raining, that's why soils are very sticky and wet. Okay, and it's difficult to walk also. Now, red and yellow soils, let's understand this thing. Red soil develops in crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Yellow and red soils are also found in the parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the Middle Ganga plain, and also along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. These soils develop a reddish color due to the diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in hydrated. So, it is being developed on crystalline igneous rocks. Okay, in low rainfall, usually it will form what igneous rocks. In the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau, yellow and red soils are found in some places like Odisha, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the Middle Ganga Plain, and Western Ghats. Okay, red is colored due to the diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. Now let us understand about laterite soil. Okay, laterite soil. Okay, so laterite soil has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. Okay, it is obtained from the brick that you should know. Okay, the laterite soil develops under tropical and subtropical climate with alternate wet and dry season. Okay, it develops under what? Tropical and subtropical climate with alternate wet and dry season. Simple. The soil is the result of intense leaching due to heavy rain. Okay, it is the result of intense leaching, okay, in which heavy rain is occurring. That's why leaching happens in this type of soil, that is laterite soil. Clear? Lateritic soils are most deeply to very deep. Acidic pH is less than 6. Generally deficient in plant nutrients and occur mostly in southern states, Western Ghats region of Maharashtra, Odisha, some parts of West Bengal and northeast regions. Where the soil supports deciduous and evergreen forests, its humus is rich. Humus here we can say top layer of the soil, right? Top layer of the soil where it supports deciduous and evergreen forests. Okay, okay. Then it is if it is poor vegetation semi-arid, it is we can say humus is poor. They are prone to erosion and degradation with the position of landscape. After adopting some soil conservation techniques, particularly in the areas of KKT. So this is the acronym you should remember. Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. If we will means conserve the soil conservation techniques implement over these places, hilly areas, then we will able to grow what? We are able to grow tea and coffee. Okay. Red lateral soils in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Kerala are more suitable for crops like cashew nuts. So some red laterite soils, okay, which like we can say here, KAT, okay, KAT, cat. This is the acronym you should understand. K stands for Kerala, A stands for Andhra Pradesh, and here you can say Tamil Nadu. T stands for Tamil Nadu, which are more crops like cashew nuts. This paragraph is highly essential. Okay, now arid soils. Okay, arid soils means what? Arid soils range from red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. Okay, next, in some areas the salt content is very high and the common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Due to dry climate, high temperature, evaporation is faster. The soil lacks humus and moisture. The lower horizons of the soil are occupied by the canker because of the increasing calcium content downwards. The canker layer formations in the bottom horizons restrict the infiltration of water. After proper irrigation, the soils become cultivable as has been in the case of western Rajasthan. Okay, so arid soils are sandy in texture and saline in nature. Okay, and some areas we can say salt content is very high, and through the evaporation, the common salt can be obtained. Okay, so dry climate, what happen evaporates faster, and the soil lacks what humus and moisture. The lower horizontal soil are occupied by canker because in the increasing calcium content downwards. Okay, then canker layer formation in the bottom horizon it restricts the infiltration of water. After proper irrigation, the soils become cultivable as well as the case of Western Rajasthan. Okay, now I understand about forest soils. Okay, these soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rain forests are available. Means in hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rain forests are available, is there, then forest soil is there. The soil texture varies according to the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and silty in the valley sides and coarse grained in the upper slopes. In the snow-covered areas of Himalayas, these soils experience denudation and the acidic with a low humus content. Soil are found in the lower parts of the valley, particularly in the river terraces and alluvial fans are fertile. Usually in hilly and mountainous areas, these soils are found, that is said to be forest soils. Okay, it varies according to the mountain environment. Okay, if the mountain environment is little bit cold, or we can say raining is happening. So that's why here the soil experience denudation are acidic with low humus content. The soils is found in the lower parts of the valleys, particularly river terraces and other fans are fertile. Okay, now we have understood about six types of soil, right? What are the soils? Alluvial soil, black soil, red and yellow soils, laterite soils, arid soil, and forest soils. Among these six soils, which soil is ideal for growing cotton? Comment in the section that answer also. And usually in the board exams, one question you may get from MCQ in this way also. Some characteristic features you will get, like they're sandy and silty in nature, like that. So among the four options, which are the characteristic of the six types of soil, you'll get right. So these are the, we can say, some MCQ questions that you may expect in board examination as well as in the school examination also. Now, soil erosion. Okay. Soil erosion means, first of all, let us understand the denudation of the soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as soil erosion. If the soil cover is being denudated, means it is being reduced or it is being mitigated, and subsequent washing down. Okay, if it is being washed down so many times, then it is being said to be soil erosion. Okay, the processes of soil formation and erosion go on simultaneously, and generally there is a balance between the two. Sometimes this balance is disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction, and mining. Okay, while natural forces like wind, glacier, and water lead to soil erosion. So, how it is being leaded? What are the causes of soil erosion? Means grazing, overgrazing, human activities like deforestation. Okay, so if you are cutting the trees, usually the top layer of the soil is being washed away. So that is also lead to one reason, one cause for the soil erosion. Okay. The running water cuts through the clay soils and makes deep channels such as we can say gullies. Okay, so the land becomes unfit for cultivation as well as what we can say bad land. In the Chambal Basin, such lands are called ravines. Chambal Basin, such rivers are called to say ravines. Sometimes water flows a sheet over large areas down a slope. In such case, the topsoil is being washed away. Means water flows a sheet over large areas down a slope. So it is said to be sheet erosion. Okay, now wind blows loose soil of flat or sloping land, is wind erosion. Okay, so wind, because of wind also, the soil, what are the moisture is being there, it is being flown away. Okay, it has been blown away, that's why here you can say wind erosion. Soil erosion also caused due to defective methods of farming, plugging in a wrong way, that is up and down the slope, form channels for the quick flow of water leading to soil erosion. Now let us understand some techniques that how do we conserve the soil. Now, first is what you can say plugging. Plugging means we can say tilling the soil. Okay, it means turning and losing the soil, that is way plugging. Also along the contour lines, okay, can deaccelerate the flow of water down the slopes. That is said to be contour plugging. Steps can be cut out on slopes making terraces. Terrace cultivation restricts erosion. Means like staircases, like how? Means up like that, no? That is said to be terrace cultivation. Let me show you the picture so to make you clear, even more clear. So here you can see this is the we can say terrace cultivation. Okay, means like staircases up like that we will go, and this is where here the terrace cultivation is being done. Okay, we will move to the next page. Now, western and central Himalayas have well developed terrace farming. So which are the places having the terrace farming means western and central Himalayas. Here, whenever I'm explaining any chapter, some certain questions that may you expect in the exam, like that I'll be saying. Now, large fields can be divided into strips. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. This breaks the force of wind. That is to be strip cropping. Strips are made done. For example, if you take this is a cotton crop if you want to grow, tomato crop if you want to grow, maize crop if you want to grow. So these are the crops which you can grow. Between the crops there is some space which is able to grow some other crops which breaks the soil erosion. So this type of phenomenon is said to be strip cropping. Planting lines of trees to create shelter also works in similar way. Rows of such trees are called shelter belts. Shelter belts means some rows are being done so that in order to provide sufficient amount of shelter. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes and thus stabilizing the desert in the western India. So this is all about the soil erosion. As you have hope you understood the whole lesson and whole scenario. Part 1 and part 2 videos are already posted in the video. Okay, there are certain exercise questions. Try it yourself. If any doubts, let me know in the comment section. So till then, thank you very much. Okay, and this chapter mainly I'm going to understand about the types of soil. In my next video, upcoming video, I will upload what are the types of question you may expect in the board examination as well as in the school examination. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.